think because I've always been a small micro influencer, I've never been, like, exposed really or, like, forced into sharing something I didn't want to, but I have noticed that when I have shared more personal stuff, like, not to be like, "Ooh, my traffic goes up," but it does. I mean,
It
people are
does.
it does.
It
Yeah.
does. That's what I found. I would, if my traffic was going down, I was like, "Fuck, I have to say something personal." And sometimes I wanted to, sometimes I didn't, but it was a very real thing. And I find that, like, kind of wild, like the expectation of self-exposure as a condition of being welcomed into, or, being able to make a living in this industry.
People are just naturally curious about everyone else's life, and I think when you're living what someone might consider, like, a glamorous or cool life, they wanna know more details, and, we could talk about parasocial relationships all day, and there's some weird shit that goes on Reddit and, like, all those forums and stuff like that for sure, but I also understand, at least from, like, my perspective, I think what I saw was genuine just relatability. Like, when my dad died, when my sister died, people, like, sent me so many nice messages. When my friend of 24 years unfollowed me on Instagram after my sister died, I got flooded with messages from women being like, "I always felt so stupid that that hurt me so much. Something very similar happened to me. And, like, thank you for writing this story. Like, I feel like someone else gets it, you know?" And that, I mean, that could be a conversation too, like the unfollowing and following of friends, and like it ruins friendships.
Oh, I know.
You're like,
It's
"Yes, I'm
happened.
familiar." Yeah.
Yeah. Um, yeah, it's weird because it's like it's this. I don't know how to frame it. As it's not either positive or negative. It's like such a wonderful blessing and opportunity to get to relate to people on this level, and the messages that I've gotten in the wake of personal tragedies have been life-giving. Like, it's like, "Oh, this is why I do this." And this all tends to happen, of course, like, away from public view, like in DMs or in emails and stuff. Yeah, it's both incredibly beautiful and at times overwhelming, because if you make a misstep,
Sure. My experience is
whoops-a-daisy.
definitely different than I think the bigger people could say. Like, people getting, like, doxxed on Reddit for, like, "Oh, I bought a house and the address is not," like, that's not okay, and that's not obviously my experience, but I can only speak to, like, what I've experienced, obviously, and it's been pretty positive for the most part.
Have you mentioned having losses in your family. Have you felt more open since then, or less open? Like, is sharing something that you have been increasingly pulling back for, or increasingly leaning into?
I go back and forth with it just because it's exhausting, but I think overall more just because the responses are so nice and people are so supportive. Like, even when I froze my eggs, I was getting messages from people who are like, "Lurker over here, like, I've been following you for years. I'm just not like a commenter really, and like I have to tell you, like, I went through IVF and like this is my experience with it," and I got like the best tips. Like, my nurse never told me to, like, put an ice pack before I did my injections. I got that tip from
Mm.
my Instagram followers. So,
Yeah.
it's like I think most people have really good intentions. Of course, the trolling is terrible, and I've had some really bad experiences with that too, especially after I was on a Bravo show for 15 minutes, literally 15 minutes.
I'm assuming you don't want to tell the story.
I actually am not allowed to. It is in the contract. We're not
Okay.
allowed to talk about it. And so
That
I can say that.
that
I can say I was, yeah.
Bravo show got a bad edit. That makes me so mad for you. The power that, like, one moment in time that you didn't even have any control over can have over, like, just people coming at you is so. Is it still that way?
I mean, it's dwindled down quite a bit, but I noticed it, I guess it.
I don't mean, like, are people still coming after you? I mean, like now it's just, isn't everyone like, someone got a crappy edit? Like, no one's like, people are savvier now.
I would think that, but there's some real mentally unstable people.